In this tutorial, I will show you how to make an application using Customtkinter framework. This framework allows you to create responsive and modern applications for your Python scripts. So whether you have some Python script with some backend calculations, data and so on, and you want a front end to represent this data, I think Customtkinter is a good solution, also due to its licensing fact. It also allows you to sell your application because it's free, open source, and I think under GNL license. So first you need to create a frame inside of which you will place your elements, buttons, sliders, text boxes and so on. So in this tutorial I will show you how to create the frame. Then in the next tutorials I will show you how to create buttons and wire them with the actual Python code. First you need to install Tkinter, which is the basic framework, and then Customtkinter. You can do this via pip install using the PowerShell. Then the base class is Customtkinter.ctk. In our class initialization, first we call the initialization of the base class, this one. Then we call self.layout, which is a method inside the class which is responsible for creating the entire layout, so the frame with the buttons and so on. Here we have set appearance mode, which is a built-in method inside Customtkinter. It basically allows you to choose from 3 of those themes, 3 of those appearances, and below 3 of those themes. So let's go into the layout. So our script will produce output like this. So we have a horizontal row inside of which there is a frame which will be used to place start and stop buttons. Then we have a vertical row which will be used to store buttons, configuration text boxes and so on. So first we set the title of the application. We set the pixel width and height of the actual window, which we can also resize. This self.grid column configure will allow us to set the first column to be bound to the left and the right side of the window. So when we resize, this column will also resize. The same with row configure function. If we look at the program, we can see this is the row configure and this is the column configure. And when we resize the window, this row and column stick to the side of the window. This is what weight one parameter does. Then we create the actual frames, so the horizontal frame and the vertical frame, inside of which we will place the buttons. So these are the base frames. This is a configuration for the vertical frame. So what this does is it places the frame at the top left corner, and then it spans 3 rows down. Sticky north-south means that it sticks to the upper and the lower side of the window, which means it sticks here and here. And the padding, pad y, means that the actual placement, how far it is from the top and the bottom. We can see on the top it's 0 because it sticks to the upper side of the application, and on the bottom we have 20 pixels of padding. Then the next thing is we need to set up the horizontal frame, which will span one column and one row. It is placed here. This is this row. It sticks to east and west, so left and side of the window, and there is no padding, so we don't have this here. Then the last thing is we need to put another frame inside the horizontal frame where we will locate start and stop buttons, which is this line of code right here, where we define that that frame is to be placed inside of the horizontal frame. Okay, for now this is it. In the next tutorial we will look into how to make the actual buttons.